Let's go, bud. Oh, that was a big stretch. Come on. Come on, buddy. Good boy. You might have a few minutes to eat by yourself before Marty comes over and helps you. Good morning. There's a dense fog advisory this morning, and it really seems to be rolling in out there. Can't tell here in the front, but in the back you could. Like all of a sudden. Normal Tuesday shopping day for me today. I'm not sure what the guys are going to get into. Well, Ruby is much cleaner. But she's got all this condensation again this morning. Good morning, Ruby. Oh, Ruby has a rear fog light, and I've turned it on this morning. It's very tiny. It's only like an inch on both sides in the rear tail light assembly, but it's super bright, and it could potentially help somebody see. I always run with the front fog lights on. That's just how I roll. I like the car lit up that much. And there's definitely some thick spots out here this morning. It's a Mach-E this morning with the plate recharge. The city's basically gone this morning. It's up there behind the fog somewhere. Not that you can really see them this morning, but the trees in the parking lot are starting to change and get really pretty. The fog was more pretty this morning than it was problematic, so that's good. It's still foggy out there. I'm sure, you know, it's not supposed to clear up until closer to 10, and it's 7:45, so we got a little bit more time for the sun to come up before the fog clears up. I'm headed home to walk with Dawn, and then chiropractor, Guardian Angel, Apex, Whole Foods, home. I feel a little bad about being gone today, but the guys will probably get some of their list done instead of my list done, since I'll be away from the house. So yeah, that's what's on tap today. You know, people, they just really need to chill out a little bit. I went to turn left onto Blount Street to get out of town, and there were two guys crossing the street with the crosswalk and the, you know, it's okay to walk symbol. You have to give them the right of way. You can't just make the left turn and run them over. So the guy behind me's all upset because I slowed down. I guess he can't see the pedestrian, so he thought he'd just lay on his horn and let me know how he felt about it. I'm like, it's foggy. There's people crossing the street. I had to, I just don't understand. People just drive me nuts downtown. They really do. There are a lot of people downtown, and especially at certain times of the day, and it would be a really good idea if you didn't run them over. Well, visibility is obviously limited. However, the beta, FSD beta, is not having any issues. You just stay in your own lane over there, Mr. Truck. He's doing about 10 under the speed limit, so. Uh-oh. Auto steal reported for system error. Ruby's not actually seen that before. We've seen that on Jules. Okay. I was bragging on the beta. I still have autopilot, so I will probably re-engage it here in a minute. Auto steer temporarily unavailable. Although I would say that this is probably, I can't see the lines good enough to want to let you engage it. Gee, thanks Ruby. I could use a little extra help right now. You can certainly see the lines as good, if not better than me. Yep, I've lost autopilot. Probably come back on the next drive. Please explain to me how people can be out here driving right now without any lights on. I don't understand. I guess it's daybreak. You know, they can see, so the fact that you can't see them very good coming at a distance, psst, who cares, right? Alright, I have autopilot back. I guess the fog really gave her pause for worry. Alright, Ruby. Take me around these guys. Well, after slowing down about 4 days in a row coming through this section of road, there is now one of those, every time you go through there on autopilot, slow down 5 miles an hour and then pick back up spots. This is not a phantom brake, and this is also not, I don't know. It has always seemed to sort of have something to do with overpasses and speed limits on crossroads, although I don't know that applies in that scenario. Okay, you don't like the fog, I get it. Well, you're gonna have to handle that better, and I got news to tell you that, you know, you really do seem to be able to see the lines on the road just fine. I understand, Ruby, it's a little scary out there this morning. You can't see as far as normal, but you're gonna have to do better. You're gonna have to handle these situations. We get fog like this 20, 30 times a year during the morning commute, and even sometimes in the evening before midnight. So you're going to have to handle this. People are going to be out driving then. I can re-engage it, but I'd like her to, you know, like I said the other day, you kind of got to have a thick skin to be able to handle the Tesla alert and not just like automatically crash the car because the car starts screaming at you. You really do have to, the first couple times it happens takes a little bit of a, I want to get back over here because I don't trust the traffic in the left-hand lane. Somebody's going to turn. Yep. Somebody's going to turn in one of those cross things without a turn lane, and I've seen many a near miss because of it. And this morning in the fog, I just got to tell you, it's not a good idea. And if you come down just a little ways further, there's one with a turn lane. A few years ago, NCDOT came out here and they added turn lanes to a bunch of these cross areas, but they didn't do all of them, and they either should have done all of them or they should have closed the ones they didn't do, because honestly, you know, going down the road another quarter of a mile until one with a proper turn lane seems perfectly safer and reasonable to me. Because I see all the time people almost having a big pile up because of those, and this road ain't getting any less used. Wow. I guess Don and I get to walk in the fog this morning. I'll be home. We'll be out in our walk in less than 30 minutes. This is not going to be cleared up by then. And Ruby is at least back to driving for the moment. Although I fully expect her to get upset about the fog again. At least I think that's what she's upset about, since this is the most problems I've had with Beta staying engaged recently. I wish I'd still been recording. I came past the ABC store and there's that light there by the Marquee Center sign, and she couldn't tell if the light was green or not, and she really slowed. Like, she knows there's supposed to be a light there, but she couldn't see it in the fog. So she didn't come to a stop. It wasn't a serious brake, but you could tell. It's like I can't see the lights, so I'm slowing until I can tell for sure. Interesting behavior. I'm coming through the other neighborhood, and you can see Ruby's lights are off. The, you know, nighttime lights, and there's still plenty of fog. I guess I would question why, when the car can detect fog, the camera should be able to detect fog. Why that's not a make sure the lights are on situation, because the fog lights don't run unless the lights are running. So I guess if we're thinking safety here, Elon, I guess I would say fog detected lights on. Now they're back on, but they're going on and off because she borderline thinks it's bright enough out time that she doesn't need to have the, you know, full headlights on. But I think if fog is detected by the cameras, just run the real lights, and that way if the person has the fog lights on, they'll show up, because well, the ones in the front might actually help you see the lines on the road better, and are for the driver, but the ones in the rear are clearly for other people to see you. Hey, there goes the white X in the fog. Yeah, we see it all the time now. It lives up past our neighborhood, but maybe like down Tobacco Barn Road or something, just a few roads up. Yeah. It's close because it comes down this stretch of road, and as you can see, we're walking in the fog. It has not cleared up. It's going on 9 o'clock. Don and I were noticing all of the spider webs that are lit up by the mist. It's really pretty, but the whole fence is just covered in them. Bye. Bye. I love you. Love you too. Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. We got to talking to Miss Rosa at the park, and then one of the other gentlemen that walks every morning, he came up to talk, and we had Ruby's frunk open, and we gave Miss Rosa a ride, and then I remembered it was Tuesday, and I am now officially late by 4 minutes to get to the chiropractor because I forgot what day. Normally it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not late to pick up Johnny. I remember things like my kid, but I forgot today's Tuesday. So I don't have time to go get coffee or pet the cats or wash my hands or do anything. I just gotta leave, and maybe I can pick up a few minutes. So Don, was a good thing to change up your routine every once in a while. You notice my dash cam is down. He looked up and then he went, you know why that is like that? It's like opening up and showing you the internal guts of it. He goes, the battery inside of it's about to explode. And I'm like, really? I mean, we kind of knew it didn't shut right anymore, but I guess the fact that there was a rechargeable battery in there, that it's swollen, didn't occur to me, even though I know about such things and kind of understand it. So anyway, he's removed the battery. He's going to get a new battery. He's going to fix the dash cam. Thank goodness it didn't explode on us. That would have been a mess. So he's rescued me. All I've got is Ruby's dash cam now, which is fine. It's not fine if I want to put something into video so much, but it's fine for proving what's going on around the car, I guess. Anyway, I got to run in my mouth and I've made myself late. I think that sums it up pretty good. Well, there's a red Model 3 over there, but, look at all the pretty Teslas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess Ruby and I will park over here. They're all out of Virginia. They're all brand new. And they all need a bath. And they all have black interiors. And all Model 3s. 2 black, 2 blue, a white, and I guess another black. And like Ruby, they were built in Fremont. So there's a white Y over here and a blue Y plus the red 3. So we've set a record for the number of Teslas here at the Hertz. And the Y is out of Virginia. The white Y. The red 3 is out of Virginia. You know, a lot of these have been Pennsylvania plates. It's possible the blue Y is private owned and not a Hertz vehicle. It has a North Carolina plate. We don't normally have Hertz Ys or 3s with North Carolina. Yeah, it's privately owned. As best I can tell, it doesn't have the Hertz. I don't know what it is. Transponder, is that the right word? It doesn't have the Hertz stuff on it. Lots of neat home decor stuff today. Lots of nice sitting room chairs. I didn't find any Halloween stuff. It's getting to be where they've sold most of the good stuff for the year. It's mostly the same as last week. I've got tongs and hooks. The tongs are for Johnny's robot in case he has to get it out of the test box and it's hot. I really like this, but it's too small. Everything's too small today. It was a light week this week for EVs. I saw a white Model 3. No Mach-E, no Rivian, and if there was something else in the parking lot, I just didn't spot it. I did see a Jeep with a spare tire mounted on the back that had a backup counter mounted in the middle of the spare tire cover. I don't know that I'd seen that before, and I don't know if that's aftermarket or factory. Okay, there's also a black Model 3. But no white Model Y today. That's like unheard of. Well, I've got Johnny in the car. No problems getting over to SAU, and we're here at Banks Road, which is actually, we're right at the spot where Ruby's been slowing down on autopilot. But coming through the construction zone today, I wasn't on autopilot, and so I feel sure she would have done it there again. I had mentioned that, I think, this morning. But anyway, Johnny and I are solving the world's problems in the car ride, just like Dawn and I solved the world's problems on our walk this morning. No, really, we're talking about signing up for classes for the spring, and also essay topics for college applications. It's this common app and writing these essays on top of doing the rest of your homework. It's really painful. It's painful for students, and it's painful for family members assisting students. Several of my mom friends that have children that are seniors this year are going through the same process, and we're all sort of feeling the same about it. So, but it needs to be done, so we're working on it. I haven't had an update on what the guys have gotten into today, but I see work tables out in front of the garage up here, so they're doing something. Don said they might install the cat door for us today, so. Or, I don't know. Hello, hello, where do you want me?
Yeah, that's a good question. So.
Well, I got groceries.
Right. Maybe just back in. Can you put it back here?
Okay, sure.
You're going to leave again or not leave?
Taekwondo.
Yeah, so why don't you just back in here?
Okay.
We'll leave enough space, and then we'll plug in like you suggested.
Okay, so try to line up the charge port with the side of the door.
The port's plenty long, and we're going to have to unfurl it no matter
Anyway,
what.
okay. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I love it. That's awesome. It does have a door, and it'll stay open or closed. Well, the light's not so bright in here right now. Alexa, turn on homework.
Okay.
Oh, way cool. That is fantastic.
May not come back out.
Hey, buddy, what do you think? Midnight. Big boy. Hi, big boy. Oh, look at you. You get to come and go when you want to. Hi. Very good. Good boy. Very good. Now just don't stand outside the door and beg to go in when the hole's right there. We'll be good, right? Wow, Johnny, you rate.
Well, that was good.
Let me tell you, you rate. That looks like one happy cat. Hey, Mart. We'll get you some more attention too, Tux. So the guys are working on electrical stuff. And Ruby can charge until 5 p.m.?
I'll check, but I think it's actually 6.
Okay, I'll go look in the dining room. I mean, in the laundry room where we have the little chart up for when we can't remember.
Right. I got her charging at 32 amps.
Okay. All right, so October through March is where we are right now. And this is PM. And 12 to 5 is off-peak. This is shoulder. This is absolutely don't use any electricity if you can help it from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So 6:30 would work better for us. The 9 a.m. is no big deal. But so we really should stop Ruby at 5 and then start her again after Taekwondo. Although shoulder is 11 cents instead of off-peak, which is 8 cents, and then peak is 22 cents. So if she ran into shoulder, all I'm saying is it really wouldn't be the end of the world. Don, help me trim back my butterfly bush so it won't get hurt in the wind and the ice this winter.
Right.
So it's not too heavy.
Right.
And I promised him if he let me keep it there, I wouldn't let it get so high you couldn't see.
That's
so
right.
I've trimmed half of it back.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome, sweet pea.
While you had your work clothes on.
Right. Well, that's the problem with putting on work clothes. You got to work.
This is one of the trees that came down, not from Fran, but this is the one that actually landed on the front porch roof. It just dented the gutter, maybe messed up the soffit just a smidge.
It messed up the gutter mostly, and it did break a couple roof tiles. But
Right.
The roof is since then replaced.
Right, yeah. And it really didn't mess up the roof. It wasn't leaking.
No, it didn't cause a leak.
It didn't cause a leak. But yeah, that's one of the trees. Don came out and was like, wow, I really do have a tree house this morning. And the Sasanqua camellias is looking pretty.
Actually, it is.
Yep. And that's where our beloved dog Blaze is. And we planted that for her. And it's really grown. Come on, Marty. Martykins, come on, bud.
Well, what did I do to do this? Is what I get for doing cat doors?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's got a famous Amos chocolate chip cookie on the bottom that I got when I donated blood. I brought home one bag of little cookies from the cantina. Whipped cream,
Wow.
blueberry, and some black lightning, aka chocolate syrup.
Tomorrow.
Wow.
Don decided to splurge on shoulder and not unplug Ruby. But I've got to take Johnny to Taekwondo, so I'll be unplugging. Alright, I just dropped Johnny off at Taekwondo. I'm headed into Walmart, which as you know I often do. And there's still 4 of the big parking lot lights out, which is obviously not all of them, but it's all of the ones really close to in front of the pharmacy side entrance. It's not lit up out here. I got excited for a minute. Those are Hot Wheels boxes, but the excitement was quite short-lived. So I bought one item. It was in one of those cardboard displays in the electronics department. It was a little strip of LED USB powered lights. And it was marked $5.84, and I was willing to pay that. So I get up to the checkout. It's the only thing I've got. I wait a long time because they've closed down the self-checkout on one end of the store, and a bunch of people in the self-checkout have 50 plus items, 10 bags, because there's no real registers open. Well, there's one where the cigarettes are, and you can't get through that one. It's all backed up too. So the item rang up for $6.34. That's, let's just round. That's approximately a 50-cent difference. And I thought about asking them to, you know, honor the price, or just telling her I didn't want it and leaving, or any other number of things, but I did pay for it and buy it. And but I had heard lately that they are not honoring lowest ad prices anymore, and they're also not changing prices on the displays, and have been basically telling people in town whatever price it rings up is the price it is. Doesn't matter if the shelf matches it or not. Due to inflation and short staffing, we can't get around to changing everything, and you'll have to pay. You can take it for what it rings up as, or you can leave it. So I guess I found out tonight that that's right. This is the second time now I've noticed in the last month that something I've purchased rang up higher than what the shelf said. So I've just continued to be not happy with Walmart here in Fuquay. We used to love this store, not so much anymore. I did take a picture of the manager's name and phone number, and you know, I think I'll leave him some feedback and see what he says.